Hey, my name is Bastian. I am an animator that has been doing this for like 20 years or so by now. And today I'm going to use Toon Boom Harmony to do one of my projects. And I'm going to teach you how to animate with it. Okay, so the first thing is to install the software. This is pretty straightforward. You have an option to try it for free for 21 days. And the software comes in 3 versions: Essentials, Advanced, and Premium. They come with a different price tag and they have just different features and so. But right now we're just gonna try Harmony 20 Advanced. After installing the software, you will see this screen and we can click here, continue trial, and let's talk about scenes in animation. In animation, scenes are very simple because you can have scene number 1 when a character is talking, and then scene number 2 where another character is responding, and then you have scene number 3. This can be exactly the same camera position and action and stuff like that, but it's a different scene. So every time the camera cuts, it's a new scene. This is just one scene, so it's gonna be quite easy. And this is gonna be with Kirby. And then we have some information. Here we have camera size, which is tied to camera resolution with pixels and aspect ratio and all that kind of things, and also with frame rate, which is quite important in animation. And they have some templates that you can use, but also you can click this plus symbol and then you can do your own. For example, I can do one from Instagram, which I can do something like 180, and height is gonna be 1350. Yeah, I think it's this one. Of course, it's a vertical fit, and then you can do the frames per second. You can think it like this: is the amount of drawings that gives you a second of animation. And today we're going to work with 12 frames per second. Now that we have that preset, we can just go right here, click it, and you have this information. You cannot change this one manually. You have to go through this process in order to get the information you want. And then you just do create scene. And the program kind of glitches. It does something really cool because, watch for it. I mean, wait for it. Yeah, there you go. Widescreen, and then suddenly it appears. If this is your first time in Harmony, I'm gonna explain you a little bit of things. In the top side of the program, we have all the menus, like the usual options and stuff. Windows tends to be quite important because every single thing that you see here, it's a window. And we have also tools right in this part. Every single time you click these tools, these options right here tend to change. So if you don't find something here, maybe you don't have the proper tool selected. Today we're going to use the most usual stuff, so we're gonna do something quite simple. We have brushes and we have pencils. Generally speaking, I tend to use brushes with rough animation and then pencils with cleanup animation. If you have any kind of Wacom tablet or anything that you can draw on, you can use it with this software, but they have the official support is just for Wacom. For example, if you use Huion, some things are gonna be a little bit weird, but actually they work. Okay, let's see what we have here. If you have touch off, the way you can travel here is with spacebar. You have your hand in order to view your drawing. If you add control, you get your zoom in, and if you use spacebar and alt, you get your zoom out, and basically that's it. And how to rotate? You just press Ctrl plus Alt and you can rotate your drawings. Now we're going to use the brush, and as you can see, we have pen sensibility, pressure sensibility, so you can have something really small and then do it pretty rough. Now I have just made my own brush because I like a specific kind of drawing, but right now we're going to use just the normal ones. This is too soft for me, so I made my own brush. And the way you can do it is you just take the one you like. For example, let's say I like this one, and you press this arrow right here, and you can change a lot of things, especially smoothing. Smoothing is quite good because it's the way to improve your quality of drawing. If you don't have smoothing, and you do this, that happens. Okay, if you go high in your smoothing and you do something similar, at the time you take out your pen, they have some kind of post-processing feature that makes it softer. But of course, it can mess up your drawing if you want to do something very specific and then you just draw like this. It's gonna change your drawing. So I don't like to use it that much. Something like this is good for me. Yeah, that's good. If you want to select these things to move them around, you can use the first arrow, which is the black one, to pick something and just move it. Now, when you're sketching, the software is quite interesting because what it does is this. I'm trying to do a little bit of a structure right here to create a character, okay? And if you use the selection tool, look what it does. So it has every single stroke, it is recorded, which is quite nice because then you can just make a little bit of a change right here and maybe do it a little bit bigger, something like that. But then you have to change this one, and it's amazing. This feature is quite nice for drawing and changing your drawings as much as you want. Now, to select all this and delete it, you can have the first option. You can have the select key feature and press Ctrl A in order to select everything as in many softwares and just press delete. Or in the timeline, you can just click it and then press delete. Quite simple. One of the first steps you have to do in animation is the one called layout. Layout is basically you're planning your scene. So you want to consider staging, which is the space you have to move around your characters, and you have to consider the kind of action that we're going to have. For this section, my idea is that you are not going to see the first part of the jump, so we're just gonna catch the character once he's doing something like this. And then he's gonna catch some stars that we're going to draw right here, and yeah, that's how it's going to be. So the first thing is just a sketch. So I'm gonna pull down some references from the character and just start sketching with you. Now, another thing is that normally I don't like to draw in black. Black is way too hot for me. And what I do is this. If you see this portion of the screen, you can see palettes and you can see colors. And the way that the software works is very simple. You just click one and you can just copy it and paste it in order to create a new color. You can double click the name to change it. So for example, let's say sketch. And also you can, sketch. Normally when you open the software for the first time, you're gonna see it like this. But this takes a lot of space, so I like to do this swatch mode. To change the color, you simply click the corner of the swatch and you get access to this. You can also choose multiple wheel mode to get different colors and different options to select it. So I'm gonna just do a nice purple one. And one of the cool things is this. If you are just drawing, but then you don't like the color, you can just go here and just pick a different color. And then it's going to change. Every single drawing you made with this color is going to change immediately. Quite powerful. So that's it. I'm just going to start sketching and working on my character. So catch you later.
Run it back, pull up, I said pull up, yeah. She get to the cash when she walk, she look like a bad when she walk. She get to the cash when she walk, she look like a bad when she walk. Girl, do it.
Okay, now that the first sketch is done, as a layout artist, I have to focus on certain aspects of the animation. The first thing is the position of the character, and I need to put it in a way that the action can be done. So if you see this thing right here, if you see this action, the idea is that he's gonna catch this star. So I have to calculate what kind of movement he's going to do. Also, we need to make sure that the character is the same character that we are drawing, so we need to pay attention to proportions. And for example, here I need to also add something like this and a little bit inside the mouth for the tongue. Now, if you see the word layout, they are talking about layers. So what do they mean? Okay, this is just one sketch and everything is in just one layer, but we have to divide them in different layers for different actions. Kirby is going to be drawn in one layer, which we can call with one letter. In this case, I'm going to use K. And for the stars, I'm going to use A, V, C. But to make the difference much more evident, what we're going to do is recolor every single layer in a different color. So what we do is use this option of the brush. So we can just recolor the whatever we're doing, and we just copy and paste this color, change it to a different one. Let's say yellow, greenish, something like that. And then we can just recolor our stuff. Normally a layout artist can do just this and that's it. Now we have to animate. One of the important concepts in animation is to think which one of the body parts is the one that has the movement, the main part of the movement. If you have a small character like this, the main movement is in the whole body, but things like the ears, for example, they are dragging in the action. So when the character is moving up, the ears and all these kind of parts are dragging like this. But if he's going down, all these parts are going up. Now pressing R and writing the different layers, we just made them here in the layout section. So I'm going to use this color and just start drawing our character. We are going to correct a little bit of the curves and everything. And here's where you can do rotation, which is pretty handy to have a clean strokes, because it's way better to do this rather than this. This, not this. Now the arm is going to do something like this. It's a very simple figure, so we don't have to do crazy things here with anatomy and stuff like that. We just draw a bouncing ball. Okay, I think that's good enough for one session. In the next chapter, I'm going to teach you how to actually start animating, starting with the step where you are planning the motion. So we're going to talk about timing, we're going to talk about the amount of drawings you need in order to get a good flowing movement. And I'm going to teach you how to make animation charts, also known as motion charts. So yep. See you in the next chapter. I am Bastian, and thank you very much for watching. And remember to subscribe and to comment and all that stuff. Ciao.
Yeah, she get to the cash, she